Quazi here, and in this video we're going to be talking about propelling yourself, which comes from the ultimate manifestation formula. Before I begin this video, I wanted to quickly announce that I'm doing a free giveaway of my book Life Mastery. So if you are interested, definitely comment Life Mastery down below to be enrolled into a competition to win this book for free in the ebook format at the end of the week. So just comment Life Mastery down below to be enrolled. Also, I'm still offering the free one-to-one consult for the Reality Mastery program. To understand how you can get that, wait till the end of the video for the announcement. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about propelling yourself. And this is from the ultimate manifestation formula. And if you haven't watched the last two videos on this, this won't be much effective. So definitely make sure you've watched the first video up here, the ultimate manifestation formula, and then the second video also up here, which is called propelling reality. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the second of the three parts of the ultimate manifestation formula, which is, just as a reminder, the first one is propelling reality, the second one is propelling yourself, the third one is propelling the current frame. So this is propelling the self. So let's get into this video. And you might be wondering, what does propelling myself mean? Remember that there are two models of reality if you've watched the last video. And by the way, if you haven't even watched the last two videos, just pause this video right now, go and watch the last two videos up here. Make sure you watch them before continuing. Just as a reminder, there are two different models of reality in the reality transurfing paradigm. The first one is the model of film and script. This is the second one, which is the model of the mirror, and that reality behaves as a mirror. And in particular, reality behaves as a dual mirror, and also people around you behave as a mirror. What this means is that reality behaves as a dual mirror. And again, if you don't know what this mirror principle is, definitely click up here to check that out. Essentially, what this means is that the mirror principle has two main principles. The first one is that the reality mirror behaves as a dual mirror, in that it doesn't distinguish between the image and the reflection. And the reason why feeling grateful, acting as if, becoming the ideal self first, why all of these things work is because of this mirror principle. And once you start embodying this ideal version, you're composing what is known as the reflection. You're making the reflection in the mirror. So, which version of Quazi would I be if I had this thing that I wanted? And then the thing actually comes to you. So the image is what reality forms once you compose the reflection. So if you want to manipulate reality, learn to compose the reflection through your feelings, thoughts, attitudes, emotions, actions, whatever it is that you do, whatever that is that you feel, whoever that is you are. With all of these things, you can compose the reflection in the reality mirror. And again, I've made a detailed video about all of this, so definitely click up here to check out the mirror model. And the reality mirror works with reflection. So you want to compose the reflection in order to get the things that you want. If the image are the material things, then you must compose the reflection through your thoughts and attitudes. So as you be, then reality just gives things to you. As you feel grateful now, then reality gives you more things to be grateful for. The second principle of the reality mirror is that it takes a time delay for you to manifest things. And this is really important to understand, and it really explains why sometimes whenever you're feeling really good, things don't come in, but then over time, you start feeling a little bit bad and you just start feeling sad because nothing's coming. And all of a sudden, once you've hit your low point, things actually start coming into existence. And it just doesn't make sense. But then you go high again and you start feeling good again, you feel good. But then because you've had this low point, reality reflects this low point with a delay. And then the next bad thing comes. So you're just riding this highs and lows of life and you're creating it for yourself. So essentially, this is what's happening. Whenever you're not getting something, when you feel bad, it reflects it with a delay. So remember that this mirror works with a delay. Whatever attitudes and thoughts you put, you have to play this game consistently and long enough until you get whatever it is that you want. So that's the second principle of the mirror. Now, that's the reality mirror. The people mirror works in a different way. And this, again, is a concept called frailing. If you don't know what that is, check this up here. So in general, if you want something from people, if you have wantingness, people start reflecting that. So with people, you want to learn to compose the image. So when you want something from people, when you need something from people, people start to reflect that neediness. When you're like this, people go like this. So people start protecting it. When you're needing, people start protecting. When you're giving, people start giving. So whatever you need from someone, aim to give it to them first. In general, I found that if you give value to people, people will give you value back. But the thing is, most people give value with the intent of receiving, with the intent of needing and taking. If you do that, then people will somehow notice it, and reality, somehow will notice that too, and you won't be getting things from people. So I had a client who was, just helping people out, and she was like, oh, maybe someday she's going to help me out as well. And then when she was in need and she asked this friend, the friend wasn't there to help her. And that's because she came from a mindset of, oh, well, I'm helping out because I can take something in the future sometime later. But that doesn't work out that way. You just have to get into that giving frame just out of your own well-being. Now, it's difficult to just get into that giving frame without any sort of neediness, because desire is the fundamental nature of life. So what a tweak that helps with this is if you don't need anything in the micro frame, but need something in the macro frame. If you desire something in the macro frame and intend for something in the macro frame, you can just let go in the micro frame and trying to get it from every single person, and then you'll eventually get it. So what this really means is that if you stop trying to take something from every single person you meet and rather just say, okay, I want more friends, and then you just give value to people, you give value to people. So your macro level desire is that you want friends. In the micro level, you just give, but you don't want friends from him, you don't want friends from her, you don't want to be friends with this, you're not too much focused on becoming friends with every single person you meet. So remember that if you just have this general desire of getting, it's not that bad, because you want to intend to take whatever it is yours. So always get into the mindset of, I'm taking what is mine. Like, I'm just choosing this. It's not, I'm needing from everyone, but rather I'm just choosing it on the macro frame. Don't worry about how or when reality creates something for you. Just have your final goal in mind and work towards it. That's really the secret. The people mirror works by a concept of frailing. And definitely check this out, or else this won't make much sense either. And frailing is whatever you need from someone, replace it with the intention to give. Once you give without needing anything, you'll see that people will start giving it to you. And again, the tweak around that is that, you might be wondering, okay, well, how am I supposed to get it then if I just give? Maybe, if I give in order to get, then I'll get. It doesn't work that way. Try to get and try to want and intend in the future macro frame, not in the micro frame. Because if you want it in the micro frame, people will be able to sense it, and then they'll start clutching and protecting their things. So again, if you want attention from someone, give attention to other people, full attention to other people. How you do one thing is how you do everything. What you give is what you get back. So if I'm kind to my mother and I give her full attention when I'm speaking to her, other people will start giving you full attention when you're speaking to them. This just becomes a general pattern. It's not that your mom will give you full attention. That's going to happen as well. But if you're talking to your mom, you're talking to your family members and you give them full attention, you're talking to your wife, you give them your full undivided attention, you'll see other people start giving you their full undivided attention as well. So this is why giving, and it doesn't matter who you give to, is very, very key. Does that make sense? So that's the people mirror. So just to recap, the reality mirror works with a reflection, and you just compose the reflection by your thoughts and attitudes. The people mirror works with the image, and that means you just change your own attitude towards needing and you change it to giving. You turn the arrow from towards you to towards them, and then it eventually just comes back to you. So replace the habit of wanting with giving, and you will learn to work with a people mirror, and people around you will generally develop a good attitude towards you. Does that make sense? The next thing that I want to talk about is the imitation technique. And if you haven't checked that video out, it's really, really powerful. And it's a powerful way of working with the mirror as well. So definitely click up here to check it out. And generally what the imitation method is working with this mirror principle and the reality mirror. In that, who is it that you're becoming? So once you become your ideal self, you'll have access to the most powerful level of shifting realities, which is the identity level. Now, what I found in my personal life is that whenever I started imitating the qualities of my mentors, I started getting results like them. Whenever I wanted to do well in business, I started to imitate the qualities of my entrepreneur mentors. Whenever I started to, wanted to do well in school, I started to imitate the qualities of the students who study well and how their mannerisms and et cetera, et cetera. Whenever I started to, whenever I wanted attention from girls, I started to think about George Clooney and what he would do, because I thought he was an attractive character and I saw that women were responding well to him in movies. So I just created that character for myself and I embodied those qualities, and then women started responding well to me. So in this way, if you use the imitation technique, you can work on becoming this ideal version of yourself and just fake it till you make it. Now, whoever tells you that fake it till you make it doesn't work doesn't know what they're talking about, because this is a very, very powerful method of just using the mirror principle, because once you fake it, you'll eventually become. Who you fake is who you become. So remember that we're all just, this even ties in with the film and script model, because we're all characters in this script. So this mirror principle works in the same way, in that you're composing the reflection by becoming and imitating, and then the mirror is giving you the things that you are imitating. Like, what would that version of you that imitates that would get? And then you eventually become this over time as a result of getting things. People right now don't give themselves permission to feel these good emotions now. And they say, when I get that, I will feel that. And then there's always this distance between what they want and how they would feel if they got it. And it's never bridged. So once you start feeling, you start resonating at the vibrational level and the frequency of that ideal lifeline you would like to manifest. And then it eventually, through the mirror principle, once you hold it up enough, the second principle, the delay gets clamped down and eventually it comes to you. And then you see your proof in reality and you start feeling this way anyways. So once you keep faking it and you play the game long enough, it eventually comes to you and you no longer have to fake it. So fake it until you make it, because once you make it, you won't need to fake it anymore. Does that make sense? So that's how the imitation technique is really, really powerful. And just to conclude this video, I want to leave you with an idea of pretend to always have and be. Pretend to be your ideal self and pretend to have the things that you already want. Once you've propelled your reality and created your ideal self in your ideal reality, just hold that feeling as long as you can in your living reality. Every single day, hold it for as long as you can. And if you successfully do this, you will literally propagate this vibration and eventually it will come to you. So remember to always observe the first one, propel reality, and then the second one, which is propelling yourself. And this is using the mirror principle. I hope all of this made sense. And again, if it didn't, leave me a comment asking me a question. I'd be happy to answer to the best of my ability. And with that, I conclude this video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought of this. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about propelling the current frame, which is going to conclude this ultimate manifestation formula. So make sure that you stick around for this tomorrow. Also, I'm excited to announce that I'm growing a massive Facebook group where we share all of this kind of stuff and much more advanced techniques. So definitely click on the link below to sign up for that Facebook group. We have around 1,200 members and the members are contributing really, really great value. So definitely make sure you join the group. Also, like I mentioned before, the Reality Mastery Program is still open for enrollment. And if you're interested, definitely sign up for a free consult. And if you qualify, we will go through a 45-minute to an hour-long consult. And what the Reality Mastery Program is basically an identity shifting program. What that means is that you're using the most powerful model of reality. You're using this mirror principle, but at the same time, what you're doing is shifting into that ideal version of yourself. And we're creating the necessary conditions in order for you to create a complete shift in your reality. If you've been struggling with a stagnant reality, you've been observing the same patterns in your life over and over, the chances are it's because you've been working at the surface level with the law of attraction. You've been visualizing. While you get little results, you keep falling back on this same reality because at the fundamental level, there hasn't been a shift. I saw that in my personal life. Whenever I shifted into the ideal version of myself, I got what I wanted. When I shifted into the attractive version of myself, I got my dream partner. When I shifted into the entrepreneur version of myself, I was able to quit my 9-to-5 and take my passion full time and have financial freedom. When I was able to shift into the version of myself that is a 4.0 GPA student, I got a 4.0 GPA in school. So anything is really possible. And it's just a matter of shifting from the fundamental level and aligning a whole system in place to do that. So if you're interested in the free one-to-one consult, definitely click on the link in the description below. And I hope I see you there. Till next time. Peace.